Good morning, Putnam Valley Central School District. I'm Melody LaRocca, District Clerk. May I please have a motion to open the meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Please join me in standing for the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our first order of business would be to appoint me Chair Pro Tem for the meeting. May I have that motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Our next order of business is to administer an oath of office for Sam Oliverio. Congratulations for being reelected. If you can kindly repeat after me.
Okay. I, Sam Oliverio, do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty of the Office of Trustee, Board of Education, according to my best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, all right. Can I sign this in pencil? I don't have a pen.
Here you go.
Thank you.
The answer would be no.
It's
Would be
okay.
no.
Okay, and today is 7/1/2025. Okay, there we go. Thank you, and here's your pen.
Thank you. Our next order of business would be to have an oath of office for Ms. Yetta. Congratulations to her. She is unable to attend this morning, so she will take that oath this next week in the district office, and they'll be in the minutes for the next meeting. The next order of business would be to nominate a board president.
I move to have Barbara Pomeroy once again serve as president of the Board of Education. She has done a phenomenal job. She is always available. She has more wisdom and knowledge of the Board of Education, machinations and concerns than anybody I've ever met. She is tenacious, works hard, and I would love to have her remain as our president of the board.
I second.
Your second, thank you.
Okay, but I would like to propose Jeanette Yetter, to nominate her as president of the board. Jeanette and I have worked together for 3 or 4 years. I feel that she has, although we agree our goals are always the same, the students and taxpayers of Putnam Valley, she comes at things from a different perspective. I think sometimes it's good to have a different perspective. So I would like to nominate her for president.
Do I have a second?
I will second that. Does Jeanette know she's being nominated for president?
Now, this is what happens when you don't attend the reorg meeting.
That's my, yes.
No, she and I have talked about it, and I said...
As long as she's open to it.
Yeah, I don't
then
want her to do it under duress. I want it to be something that she wanted to do, and she feels that she does. She feels like she has the time and the relationship with the superintendent and the rest of the board, and I think it's time.
It speaks volumes that we have an empty seat there. And this is my concern. Barbara, you're always here. You have always showed up for everything. Not only that, but your involvement with the New York State School Boards Association is second to none. You are on top of every rule and regulation that comes out of this state. You are a great advisor, a great leader, a great mentor. And simply because you've been in this seat as president for a couple of years does not mean that you should not continue in that capacity. And boy, I can't stress that enough. You are a gem and a jewel to us, and I really would not like to see you not serve in that capacity, running our meetings and guiding us as you have for the 3 years I've been on board. And it's much appreciated. And
He's the one who opened this can of worms when he suggested term limits.
Can I just chime in for a second?
Sure.
You have been a tremendous president. You are all I know, certainly, any question I ever have, you are able to answer. And if
Absolutely.
you can't answer it, you find the answer for us. That being said, we also have to recognize that the weight of the presidency
Yes.
is a lot. And Barbara has endured a challenging year for a lot of reasons.
I understand
And
that.
if Barbara feels the need at this point to share the torch, I don't think it's passing the torch, I think it's sharing the torch, then that's something that we should consider.
Is it that you do not wish to serve as president? Is that the bottom line?
No, that is, no.
That isn't, okay.
That's
Then
not
there
the
you
bottom
are.
line?
There you are.
It's not. I don't not want to serve. I would be happy to serve, but I think it's appropriate to let Jeanette
But how come?
take leadership role.
What's the reason for that, Barbara?
The reason for that is because I don't think that this is like the Supreme Court. You get a lifetime appointment.
And I understand that, and we all, any of us could leave the board because we moved, or we just don't have the time anymore.
Not in-
That certainly can happen. In the meantime, you have been the president, you carry that knowledge and that wisdom, you're that good, and I'm being selfish. I hate to lose your guidance, and I mean
Well-
that. You've been a great friend and a great provider of wisdom to this board. I'm begging you to stay on and accept this nomination.
I
Really.
think that if you want it, that I would back it up. I thought that perhaps the reason you were nominating Jeanette is, as Crystal suggested, that perhaps it was too much to put on your plate. But I think you are in a great position to be president, and if you'd like to do it again, you're a fantastic leader, and that I would support that, absolutely. If it's simply because
Just to change, for change,
Yeah.
I don't agree with
I
that.
think you do very well.
So I'd like to move the question.
I just want to say, though, that we are very blessed and fortunate to have a president and a vice president that love this town, that love our kids, that love our schools, that love our teachers, that really care about what's happening in this district. So in either capacity, I think that we are blessed.
I agree.
I agree.
Again, we have a nomination and a second. Can we do the vote on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it would be for the
Barbara
first
is
nomination, right? Exactly. So I would do a roll call vote.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
If I seconded the other person, can I vote for Barbara?
Yes.
Yes, okay, aye.
Okay.
And your vote?
I would vote for Jeanette.
Okay, so it is still 3. So
That's
Yeah.
majority.
that's the majority vote, so congratulations.
Yes, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry, Jeremy, you're stuck with me.
I'll say that.
He's happy.
He's very
I'm sure
happy.
he's happy.
I would have been extremely happy with either. You guys are both
That's right.
amazing.
Either way, it was going to be a good thing.
So then I would like to, hand over to your oath of office and then turn the meeting over to you.
I, Barbara Jane Parmley, do solemnly affirm, my eyes, that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of President of the Board of Education according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Outstanding, Barbara, thank you. Mr. President.
I hand this
Madam
over to you.
Madam President.
Yes.
Of course.
Thank you.
Get it right. Get it right. It's going to happen soon.
Return to your seat now.
I'm going to return to my seat now, thank you.
You stay and run around. What is this, 7-1?
Thank
Your
you.
pen.
Thank you.
There we go.
In case it stops working. Let my not first official act be to fall on my face as I trip on the cords. This would be bad. Okay.
Not your typical vantage point.
No.
The room looks slightly different in the central.
That's it. I got a whole new angle. So let me see. Okay, I would like to open nominations for the office of Vice President of the Board of Education.
I move Jeanette Yetta as Vice President.
I second.
questions or comments. I am happy, to work with Jeanette as my partner, so I'm grateful that she's willing to take this on. So all in favor of electing Jeanette as vice president?
Aye.
Aye. Roll call? Do we need a roll call on that?
Well, I heard each one.
No.
No, we're good?
I just want to say that Jeanette has.
Again, she's not
sorry.
here, so she will take the oath of office when she returns. Now let me find where I am on the agenda.
Jeanette has served as a mentor for me for the past year, helping me with the board, and I'm eternally grateful. She's been
Very
very
good.
helpful.
It is
Very good.
actually in our board protocols that the vice president of the board be the mentor for new board members.
And I knew that.
And she has done
Where's yours,
an amazing
Sharon?
job for both of us, so
You have it?
we are both grateful.
Okay, the next order of business is to ask the superintendent to swear in his oath of office.
So I, Dr. Jeremy Luft, do solemnly affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the Office of Superintendent of Schools for the Putnam Valley Central School District, effective July 1, 2025, according to the best of my abilities.
Thank you, and congratulations to all of us. The best of your abilities is more than anybody else we've ever seen, so we are happy with that. Okay, I'd like to District Clerk to take her oath of office.
Melody LaRocca, do solemnly swear and affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of New York, and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the district office of District Clerk according to the best of my abilities.
Thank you. Make sure you sign your thing. You made everybody else sign. We are happy to welcome you, Melody, and this on your first day. You started the first meeting, so I think it's a great start, and we wish you well. Trust me when I say you will hear from all of us.
No doubt.
No doubt. Okay, so I'm inviting the public to comment on any of the agenda items. The public of one.
Maybe now is just a good opportunity to recognize we have some new faces and new places here at the dais. So we want to welcome Melody LaRocca, who's taking over as our confidential secretary and district clerk, so welcome. We want to welcome Ms. Melissa Estrella, taking over as our director of PBS, joining us at the table. She's very excited. And I want to recognize that Ms. Levine, while continuing with us, is now under a new title, assistant superintendent. So welcome. Everybody else, thankfully, is familiar faces.
Welcome to everybody.
Which is also a good sign. So thank you.
And we are thrilled with the changes. Okay, so the consent agenda items and other personal appointments. I'd like, Mr. O, would you?
Yes. Resolved to approve the consent agenda for personnel and other appointments as per items 2 through 39 as presented to the board at this meeting for the 2025-26 school year.
Second.
Questions or comments? Before Ms. LaRocca is going to go through the consent agenda, I just, 1 through, we
1 through
gave her
39.
for her second thing, 1 through 39 of the consent agenda.
Being baptized by
Oh.
fire today.
Yes.
One way or you're right.
All right, okay, you're up.
It is a lot.
So this is the consent agenda, other business?
Yes.
You said 1 through 39, okay. So this is to approve the CSC, CPSC replacements?
Wait, hold on. Sorry, no. This is the first one.
personnel?
Consent agenda, personnel, yeah.
Oh, okay, thank you. Okay, so this would be to approve the superintendent authorizations for the 25-26 school year, approve assistant superintendent of business administration, approve a records management officer, payroll certification officer, purchasing agent, and deputy district clerk for the 25-26 school year, appoint district treasurer and assistant purchasing agent for the 25-26 school year, district records access officer, ESSA coordinator, district DASA coordinator, appoint McKinney-Vento homeless liaison, appoint additional Title IX, Title VII, and/or Title VI officers, appoint data privacy officer and chief information officer, building DASA coordinators, 10-month in school calendar personnel, appoint district emergency safety coordinators and asbestos designee, appoint 10-month in school calendar personnel, appoint chief medical officer, appoint attorneys for legal services, appoint internal auditor. God bless you. Thanks. Internal auditor, appoint internal claims auditor, external claims auditor, Board of Registrations, appoint reviewing, verification, and hearing officials, appoint Section 504 committee chairpersons, Section 504 coordinators, district staff as substitutes, translators, tutors, homebound instruction, proctors, and chaperones for the 25-26 school year, approve special education faculty members and attend team meetings, appoint CSC and CPSC chairpersons for the 2025 summer and 2025-26 school year, approve staff members for the PPS summer testing, approve elementary school summer programs, teacher substitutes, elementary school teaching assistant, building mentors, hearing officers, student activity treasurers for the middle school and high school, appoint assistant principals and acting principals with full authority of a building principal, CPSC chairpersons, driver education clerical support person, driver education in-class instructor for the 25-26 school year, leave of absence for a teacher of a particular tenure area, approve leave of absence for a teacher in a particular tenure area again, additional hours for staff members, and unpaid time for staff members.
I know, that's a lot.
Outstanding.
And you don't realize how many
Appointments, yeah.
jobs there are.
Exactly.
You know, just really to be, you know, to take care of the district, so. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Okay, the second consent agenda.
Resolved to approve consent agenda other business items 2 through 26 as presented to the board at this meeting.
Second.
Questions or comments? Melody, you want to tell us what they are, just in case?
Sure. Approve superintendent authorizations for the 25-26 school year, assistant superintendent of business administration and district treasurer account signatory.
No, we're on the other business
We're
one.
on other.
Yep.
The other
Two.
business, consent agenda, other business. It should be the second list.
This long one?
Yes, 25 again.
2 through 26.
Thank you.
The first one's CSE, CPSE placements.
I have it. Thank you very much. Okay, so this one was larger, so I kind of opted towards it. So we're going to approve the CSE, CPSE placements, the bank designations, bid placements, official newspapers, district memberships and organizations, superintendent memberships and organizations, superintendent attending conferences and workshops during the 25-26 school year, Children Internet Protection Act, authorize the board president and/or vice president to attend impartial hearings, approve vested online list of officers, athletic placement process for the 25-26 school year, annual readoption of policies, agreement with fiscal advisor group for the 25-26 school year, approve agreement with Briger Securities Incorporated, agreement with KG&D Architectural and Engineering Services, approve agreement with NYSER, New York Schools Insurance Replicol for the 25-26 school year, approve agreement with Great American Insurance, Student Accident Insurance, approve agreement with Orrick, Harrington, and Sutcliffe LLP Bond Counsel, and authorize entering into agreements for the PPS departments, Manhattanville University, Travelers Casualty and Surety Company, approve 25-26 school year contracts with Putnam County Sheriff Department, extend contract for AV installation and maintenance services, agreement with Omni and TSACG Compliance Services. Approve entering into agreement for co-op bids with Clarkstown Central School District and for the 25-26 school year, and an agreement with SUNY Albany.
Any other questions or comments? Dr. Luff, the contracts with the Putnam County Sheriff are for the SROs?
Correct.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Okay, we're moving into new business.
Resolved on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools to adopt the 2025-27 District Special Education Plan as per document 9/26 attached to the agenda and official minutes of this meeting.
Second.
Questions or comments? Melissa, why 2 years? Is it always 2 years?
Correct.
Did parents have any kind of input into that plan, or?
So it's a plan that goes through the regulations and updates as how the school is responding.
And so the students are evaluated every 2 years or yearly, and the plan is just looked at every 2
The
years?
plan is separate from the evaluation process,
Okay.
but it does speak to that every 3 years. But that's part of New York State regulations.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 2, please.
Resolved on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools to adopt the 2025-26 District School Counselor Plan as per document number 10/26 attached to the agenda and official minutes of this meeting.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 3, please.
Whereas the board has determined that it is appropriate to partially abolish a certain pedagogical position in the district. Now, there be it resolved that the board hereby abolishes a .6 FTE World Language Tenure Area position, Mandarin teaching position, effective close of business on June 30th, 2025. And be it further resolved that the board clerk is hereby directed to provide written notice to the least senior employer in said tenure area, whose position is affected due to the above referenced partial abolition, effective close of business on June 30th, 2025, in accordance with the provisions of Section 3013 of the Education Law, and be it further resolved that said employee shall be notified in writing of the employee's placement on preferred eligibility list in the employee's tenure area of employment regarding statutory recall rights.
Second.
Questions or comments? Everybody understand what this is? Why-
Yeah, I'm a little sad to see it go, but I understand why it's going, and I think it's really difficult to have so many students in a Spanish class, and I understand that our job as board members is to do what's best for the most for the students, and this would be the best for the most students.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So while I'm sad to see it go, my personal things being out of it, I do believe it's the best for the school district.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. Number 4, please.
Resolved on the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools to appoint Juliana Peeler to a 1-year leave replacement position as a general education teacher at the elementary school effective September 1, 2025 through June 30th, 2026 or sooner, at the discretion of the Board of Education on Step 1, Masters of the PVFT salary schedule. Ms. Peeler holds childhood ed 1 through 6, students with disability 1 through 6, and literacy 1 through 6 initial certifications.
Second.
Questions or comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? The resolution passes. So I'd like to open it up to the public for comments on any agenda item. Any topic. Correct. I'm sorry, any topic. Okay.
Oh, wait, we have
Please
public
come.
comment.
Okay.
I want to personally thank the Board of Education, Jeremy, and all the staff members and team for ensuring that our children maximize their educational experience. Thank you all.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, upcoming meetings. We have August 21st is our next meeting, so it's going to be almost 2 months before we meet again.
Have a good summer.
Is there anything, that'll be like all the things that have happened over the summer, that meeting?
Yeah, typically August 21st, we use that to, we do audit report, accepting the audit report, because that'll happen throughout, over the summer. It's really an opportunity for us to have any sort of last minute appointments, new hires over the summer, making sure all our personnel is lined up for the start of the school year. So typically that meeting, there'll be lots of stuff that are added to that agenda throughout the summer. But those are sort of the two main tasks that will be handled at that meeting.
Okay.
Have we found a location for the retreat yet?
No,
Dr. Luff?
I have not assigned Dr. Luff that job yet.
Oh.
We were still talking about
That
it.
is the 16th though, right? At
We have a
4 p.m.?
date, yeah, we have it scheduled, we just have to find a location.
Okay.
So we could do that, and we have to publicize it.
Publicize where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we can still do it at my house, but, you know, if people feel more comfortable in the school setting, we can do that too, you know.
I'm happy to accommodate whatever the board's will is for that meeting.
We can potluck wherever
It's
we
gonna
go.
be 10 of us, right?
Yeah, it'll be the board and the cabinet.
Right.
So me, Jackie, Grace,
The cabinet. I love that. The cabinet.
5.
I didn't come up
It's a
with
real
that term.
term.
It's a real thing.
Okay, any other comments from board members?
Just want to welcome Melanie.
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
I'm sure you'll do very well and fit in. This is a great family. It really is. And Jackie, your new position.
Melissa,
and
her-
your position. So-
I'll miss you, Jackie.
I want to congratulate Sasha in completing her first year as a board
Yes,
member.
yes, Sasha.
Yes.
She
There you go.
survived.
Thanks,
It's a
everybody. I
big deal.
survived.
Yeah.
And you came back today.
And I came back. I have to come back for 3 years.
That's true.
Just kidding.
Any other comments from board members? Okay, I'd like a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Have a great summer, everybody.